Yo, yo! Welcome back to another episode of the Freedom Train podcast series. I am Joseph Aldarius Ward, and he is Patrick Aldarius Irvin, and we are here representing the clan of Aldarius from the Maldives mountain of Singapore, South Australia. Howdy. Make sure y'all check out our sponsors, PAX Inc., PACTSINC.org. PAX Inc. is providing great content for the Black community. I here working for the Black community, Black think tank. So check out the website, www.pactsinc.org. Make sure you check out our Freedom Train website at www.freedomtrainradio.com to learn more about us and how we doing, what we do, and what we get into. So today we're talking about questionable or even faulty leadership. We know we was the first podcast in any realm that we are familiar with. We know we was the first ones, but we know we were among the first to talk about COVID in January of 2020, before most of y'all even knew. Back when it was called the Wuhan virus, we was talking about it.
Right.
And around the time when COVID really became popular, my people got more understanding about it. One things we talked about on this podcast is if we don't make the best decisions for us as a whole, our decision making is going to be taken from us. You can go check us on that. We said that. So we are here today to where you have people who are for the mask, people who are against the mask. I don't even know why that's an argument, but that's what we have. And then we have people who are for the vaccine or the shot and people who are against the shot. And so we're in the middle because our whole thing from the beginning is educate yourself, educate yourself, educate yourself, read. Do as much research as you can. We're not asking you to be an expert, but we are saying read as much as you can, verify things, don't just take stuff and run with it. Because what I'm seeing is a lot of talking heads, whether they're for it or against it, a lot of talking heads who became overnight experts. And I'm just wondering how you become an overnight expert in the subject that a year or two ago, you didn't even know you needed to know. You weren't even talking about. But now you're an expert, whether you're telling people to get the shot or whether you're telling people to not get the shot. Now you're an expert. And I'm just wondering how the hell you became an expert so fast. Because we all know it doesn't work like that. But my biggest thing is a lot of you people have influence. And it seems like you're not using your influence well. So that's why we still encouraging, we're coming back to encourage people. Hey, man, do y'all research. If somebody tell you something, do your research. Look it up. If somebody share something, don't just, I ain't sharing nothing until I look it up. I saw somebody share a graphic that showed the number of people who've died who've got the shot. And the graphic showed that it was a number around 300. And so the graphic was being shared around and the captions on the graphic were basically making it seem like the shot wasn't working. So I said, well, you know what? It was from the Illinois Department of Health. I said, well, hell, it's health department. I know it's easy to access information in the Florida Department of Health. Well, hell, let me go to the Illinois Department of Health. I went to the Illinois Department of Health because my question was, how many people total have been vaccinated? So I went and I found that 11 million people had been vaccinated. And they were saying out of the 11 million, around 330 something people have died. We don't know what they died of, but that's the number of people who died. So you trying to tell me it don't work no more? Because that many people have died out of 11 million? That's what we saying now. This is what we going to, and I'm gonna let you talk, but this is the other thing too. Now, don't try to leave this all on me. But I don't know if you've seen it, but I've seen people reinforcing or the main thing that they're using to say whether not to get it or whatever is, hey, remember, you don't trust your government. So don't trust them now. So, and I'm like, I'm not telling you to trust it, but I am telling you, look at the information, look at the statistics, look at what's going on, and make your decision from there. And do real research. Don't do no half-ass research. Don't just find the numbers that you're looking for to make you feel good. Find all the numbers that make you feel good and the numbers that make you feel bad, so you can make an informed decision. So, go ahead.
Nah, man, yeah, you said it all right there. I ain't got nothing else to add. I mean, outside of echoing what you just said, but look, Veronica is here. We've made progress because people are no longer saying Veronica ain't real. So we for the most part, most people acknowledge that Veronica is here. Uh, the challenge now is what do we do about Veronica? And a lot of people are giving information with a slant. A lot of people are giving one-sided information. A lot of people are just giving fake information that they didn't just pulled out of their rectal area. So and a lot of people. So here's the wonderful thing, right, about being able to read and comprehend is that I don't care how credentialed you are. I can read the information
Right.
and come to my own conclusion. All I need you to do is give me the source of the information.
Which they don't do purposely.
Right. And so I don't trust nobody that don't have the source. I don't care what they saying. If I can't go see it with my own two eyes, I I'm not vibing with it. And so in that, there are a lot of people spreading a lot of misinformation without sources or with sources that they've created themselves. Um, sources. Look, when you're looking at sources, you need source information. You need the origin of that information. Who originally produced this information? That's who you want to hear from. That's what you want to read. That's what you want to see. All right. And I don't care if they are the person that originally produced it and you're listening to them in an interview. You still want to be able to read something
And
with your
compare.
own two eyes, something
And
that's
compare.
unchanging, something that the context can't be manipulated, something that, is not free flowing like a conversation is. What's the black and white of the situation? And make your decision on that. But like you said, that's not happening. I think it's a failure of the education system. If we go back to that for a second, uh, I think that's a failure of a lot of things on a lot of levels. But it's not even just about Veronica. We've been having this problem in America for an extended period of time. People doing as a friend of mine calls it me search. Um, people visiting the records on the spiritual plane that only they have access to.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Um,
yeah. Look. That right there kills me. Hey, my brother, it came to me in a dream. So why you brought it up?
all right, I can't verify that. You can't verify it either.
Like for something as serious as Veronica, you need to be able to verify stuff for people. I just left work. I came in contact with at least 10 people today who had symptoms. I came in contact with at least 2 people today who confirmed they had positives in their household. And they had symptoms from the positive in their household. That's just today. So in the setting like I'm in, yes, I don't totally agree with it, but I understand it because at this point, they're doing the best they can to keep us safe and to keep the clients or the patients safe. Because that's the mission that's what we signed up for. Whether you trust the system or not, which you really do trust the system, but you don't trust
Well,
the system. But
well, let's address that because there was a question that came up when we were talking, but there's another question here as well. Um, None of us truly distrust the system as much as we say we do. because we all operate within it. If you really distrusted the system as much as a lot of y'all want us to believe you do, you wouldn't be on any sort of grid of any kind. You'd be off somewhere, um, living survival life. And that's no slight to any of those people. I admire people that can live like that, especially those people that are holding true to their convictions and that are living like that because they believe with a
Well,
passion that things are going a certain way and they don't want no parts of it. Those people have my utmost respect. But you can't shit on the system that you partake in daily.
I've seen people who work in healthcare who say they don't who say they don't trust the system but aren't working to change the system. They
And
just
that's the second question though. Why are you working
work.
in healthcare?
Right, because it's because I get it that if you work in it, you're gonna see things other people don't see. So, but if you're not working to change those things, then you're really not helping. And then I've seen people who are alive because of government medicines right now who still don't trust the system. And I'm like, the fact that you're alive and breathing because of the medical industry, you're a big hypocrite saying you don't trust it. You are alive because of it, and you know you are because of it. So what do you mean you don't trust it? Do your research. If you people keep saying, "Well, I don't know what's in the vaccine," go read. The ingredients are online for all the vaccines. And if you don't understand what the ingredients is, find you some kind of tools to help break down the different things that are in there.
I mean, but that's just further reading. Like if you don't, because I'm not gonna, I read a lot of ingredients. I don't know what all of that shit is, but what I
Right.
do know is that somewhere else is something else that's gonna tell me what this shit is. If I keep reading,
I'm gonna find out.
eventually I'm gonna find out what I need to find out. A lot of the naysayers are based off of an incomplete picture. If somebody's coming up to you, like you mentioned earlier, and saying, well, 10,000 people that got poked by Veronica or for Veronica developed uh, a heart condition. But then you see that 300 million people have been poked. That 10,000 looks a lot different than it did when you were just thinking about 10,000 in isolation. And this is something that when even with the old 60 Minutes interview that's been traveling around on YouTube, it's going around when they were giving out swine flu shots back in the 50s and 60s for a pandemic that never actually made it to America. It was a perceived threat that never came. No confirmed cases. They started inoculating people. Um, Out of the 50 or 60 million people that they inoculated, I want to say 3,000 of them developed a central nervous system issue. And they're like, this is why we shouldn't trust the government. And I'm thinking to myself, 50 or 60 million people, 3 or 4,000. Like what? Like I get that you are like, because if you're one of them ones, right? Like you're mad, but that goes both ways. Everybody at the same time is saying, well, if you get Veronica, you can survive it by just doing this. What if you're one of them ones that can't? What if you're one of them ones to get long form Veronica, where she decides to pair with you for the rest of your life?
Well, see, like I was the comedian. Okay, so the comedian Pierre was responding to what Busta Rhymes was saying. I ain't gonna lie. I felt what Busta said was very irresponsible because he was telling people we shouldn't wear masks anymore because we can't see each other smile and we miss each other. We want to see each other smile. But that should be the reason why we wear masks. So we can see each other smile and we can see each other the way we want to see each other in the near future. But but you
Nah, Joe,
have
hold on. You being polite by calling it irresponsible. That was a stupid comment. I'm
it
not
was
calling
stupid.
Buster Rhymes stupid.
No,
The
but
comment he made was that's a stupid. Comment.
But I use the term irresponsible because we know adults are going to listen to him,
Right.
right? And so I was with the comedian Pierre. I know a lot of people who are Busta Rhymes fans or whatever, who may be hip hop fans, who may be down with Busta or whatever, may see what Pierre said and be against it. But I'm with Pierre. At this point, you can't be telling people to not like the mask. You can't tell people to not wear a mask because you miss seeing people. Hell, I miss seeing people face too. But God damn it, within the last 3 weeks, 2 people I know have died from this. It wasn't like this last year. This time last year, it wasn't like this.
Not
People,
everything's ticking back up. And one of the reasons why we're seeing new records in certain locations is because everybody's tired of wearing masks, which is one of the problems we had last year in the summer. Everybody was tired of being in the house. You're and we were saying the same thing last year. Just because you're tired of Veronica, don't mean that Veronica's tired of you.
right? People. We're having more cases. Look, people, we're having more cases with a deadlier version of the virus. But then you got people who are like, well, what's the use of taking the shot if it doesn't stop the transmission? And what they say, if it don't stop the transmission, and it say what's the use of taking it if it don't stop you from getting it and it don't stop the transmission? And to me, when I hear people say that you're for those who understand vaccines, when we hear you say that, you're literally telling everybody you don't understand how vaccines and viruses work. That's literally what you're doing. Most vaccines are designed, if not all vaccines are designed to treat the symptoms because they
Right.
understand the virus, once it gets into you, is going to run its course. But guess what? It's like it's hard to stop a person from contracting a virus. That's difficult. And once you get the virus has to run its course in your body. So you want to be able to create blockers at different points in the life cycle of the virus to stop the virus from really raging on you. And this is happening. Remember, you all are suggesting people take certain herbs and this and this and that, but y'all not understanding this is happening at a cellular level.
Mm-hmm.
The virus has to run its course at a cellular level. You can't treat this like it's a normal cold. And like Pap said, from the beginning, we've been speaking like we speaking now from the beginning.
Do your research and move accordingly. If you're going to tell somebody to load up on vitamin C and D and zinc and all of this other stuff, and I'm not saying that that stuff doesn't help. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, if you're telling people to do that, you need to be in a position to tell them why it works and how it works. You got to be able to break that down. That zinc is not going into your body, into each individual cell and fighting the virus. And that's the other thing. People are saying the Pope for Veronica. So this is what the data says that we have now. And I'm going to do a lessons from the screen on this because I've already compiled the data. The Pope at this moment, with the data we have available, and there are still a lot of things we don't know. I want to say that clear. There are a lot of things that could come out later on down the line. You as an individual got to weigh the pros and cons for how valuable the I don't know section is. But what we do know is at this point in time, getting the vaccine is the safest way to get protections. Can you get protections from actually catching COVID? Yes. And the level of that protection has been shown to be correlative to the severity of the infection. It's also been shown to be related to where the initial infection site was. All of those things play a role, but you also run the risk with that infection of having an increased chance of developing long-term symptoms than you do if you get the shot.
But you also make yourself you You create more environments for the virus to mutate.
That's the other thing that right. You
And
create
and
more mutation
and let's
opportunities.
let's talk about how many generations will it take for you to develop full immunity? Because generations of people have to die, and generations of people have to survive the virus for you to be able to build a specific type of immunity to where the virus doesn't affect you the way you're looking for it to do with in opposition to the vaccine.
Well, that's why I said I don't even want to use the phrase immunity. Protection is the word we're talking about now. Because it is a protection. I know I know and PC doesn't like the analogy of the bulletproof vest, but I actually do like the analogy of the bulletproof vest. Because I think it fits. When you put on a bulletproof vest, it's designed to protect you from getting shot.
It don't stop you from.
It don't stop you from getting shot. You can still get shot, but it's designed to keep getting shot from killing you. The other thing it's not designed to do is it's not designed to take repeated rounds in the same place. If you get shot multiple times in the same place, one of them Jones is gonna get through.
Yeah.
So I like the analogy, but that's the analogy that we're dealing with, and a lot of y'all are basically running around saying I don't want to put on a bulletproof vest because I'm uncomfortable wearing it. I'd rather just take my chances with my natural athleticism and my ability to dodge bullets. And that's exactly how some of y'all sound when you give your reasons why. Again, there are a lot of people out there I know that don't want to get poked because they put a high value to the things that we don't know. And I understand that. Anybody that says we don't know this, we don't know that, we don't know this, we don't know that, and we legitimately don't know those things, like they haven't just not found it, we don't know it, I'm cool. But let me shut up in a second. But the congruency factor remains. If you are being responsible, you are still masking up and you are still staying away from crowds of people. Go ahead.
I'm not saying you have to get poked. I'm not saying that. But for the people who are steadfast on I'm not getting poked because of uncertainty, or I'm not getting poked because I don't trust this and trust that. My question for y'all is, so when have you started your independent research?
Well, that's another question, right? Like, because there are enough people out there that have uncertainty that, and this is the problem. Like, I was having this conversation with somebody else earlier. This is the problem with America. We blame everything on the big corporations and we don't take any accountability for our role in the modern position of healthcare. We blame everything on everybody else. Doctors run a business, right? They have a business. They are business people, right? The service they provide is a medical service. All right. And we saw this with the painkiller pandemic and all, or the painkiller epidemic and all of that other stuff. People don't want to deal with the symptoms of illness.
Right.
They don't want to deal with pain. They don't want to tough it out. They don't want any of that. They're going to go to the doctor that's going to prescribe them what they feel like they need to be prescribed to alleviate their symptoms. That puts the doctor in a bind because the doctor may want to do holistic medicine, but the doctor can't do holistic medicine if all of their patients decide they don't want to be with that doctor because doctor down the street will prescribe them 8 million milligrams of oxycodone. So they go to doctor down the street. Doctor down the street is like, cool, I'm gonna keep giving them this oxy because this is what they want. The pharmaceutical companies are now saying, well, we're gonna fund research into these things that we know people want and people need because we're gonna make money. And the independent researchers are on the other end, like, well, we would love to really check out their stuff, but there ain't no funding for that. People won't donate to us. Governments scarcely donate to us. So how do we get funding to do independent research of their drugs, their manufacturers? And then a situation like this comes down and people say, The pharmaceutical industry wants to make more money. The whole culture is set up that way because people want easy solutions to shit. I know I just went a way
So
roundabout way.
are you saying Americans are aiding in their own destruction? Is that what you saying, Patrick?
I mean, if we gonna one liner it, then yeah, that's the one line for it.
Hey, but it is though. But that's my thing though. Is we I'm not against people doing their own research,
No,
but
you
yet
should.
we need our own research. We need the independent research, and we need the funding for it. But for those people who are, especially the talking heads, and yeah, the talking heads out there, the ones who people are actually following, and the ones who actually have an influence in an audience, and they're telling people these things, whether it's for or against it. They're telling these people things. I know when we're talking about being against the shot, it's, hey man, reinforcing government fear. If it's for the shot, it's reinforcing the fear of the virus. And it's like, you shouldn't be leading with fear. You should be
No,
leading with information.
absolutely.
And when I hear them speak and they're like when I say leading, they're starting the conversation. The person asks them, well, what do you think about this? And what do you think about that? And they lead with, well, remember, you already don't trust the government. Or remember, you already don't trust the virus. Or, and it's like,
Remember Tuskegee.
yeah, of course, you know that's the go-to. Tuskegee is the go-to. And it's like, all right, but you all specific, those people aren't providing any alternatives at all. No alternatives. They're just telling you don't do it because remember, you don't trust the government. Oh yeah, because like one person was talking about the VAERS system and going checking the VAERS system. Go check, yes, go check the VAERS system and see the information you find. Because the VAERS system, because the thing was, hey, don't trust the government because the government can't be trusted. And oh yeah, and use the VAERS system because the VAERS system is going to help disprove what the government is saying about the virus. Oh yeah, but did they tell you that the VAERS system was created by the FDA?
There's a lot of that going on, bro.
I'm just saying. So should they trust the government or should they not trust the government? Because you're telling them to use a government source to check the government that you told them not to trust. So which one is it? And if you go to the VAERS system, and we talked about this before, the VAERS system, like different people within the realm of healthcare get to input information into the VAERS system, and it is collecting data about adverse. Now, peep the game now. Adverse reactions or adverse effects to the virus, including death. I mean, adverse reactions and adverse reactions to the shot, including death, not the virus, the shot. You know, if anybody who knows anything about healthcare, work in the healthcare field, know that the term adverse reaction is a broad term. So, guess what my adverse reaction to the shot was? My arm was sore. That's an adverse reaction. Somebody had dizziness. Somebody got a headache. Somebody had nasal drippage. Somebody had body chills. Somebody had body aches. And so all these type of adverse reactions will be input into this VAERS system. But that doesn't mean that the vaccine or the shot isn't working just because people are having adverse reactions. You're supposed to have adverse reactions when you get a vaccine. Pat, explain to them why you're supposed to get adverse reactions when you get a vaccine. Please.
Well, to do that, we gotta explain why they are injecting foreign matter into your body to begin with. How the immune system works, simplified, right? The only way to develop protections and immunity against a pathogen is for your body to encounter that pathogen. Your body has to encounter it. Your immune system has to see it and be able to recognize it later. That's the only known way There might be another way that we discover 10, 15 years, 20 years, who knows? But right now, that's the only known way to provide any sort of protections or immunities is for your body to see a foreign entity and encounter it. When you are injected with a vaccine, either to prevent transmission or to reduce negative side effects and prevent death, whatever, they are injecting you with something that is going to mimic the viral or the foreign activity in your body, the pathogen activity in your body, be it bacterial or be it viral. It's mimicking what this thing would do if it actually got in your body. So you are going to experience sometimes some of the symptoms of that thing because your body is reacting as if you have that thing that was just injected in you, because that is what actually gives you the protections. It's not the vaccine itself that gives you the protections, it's your body's response to the vaccine that gives you the protection.
But it has to be introduced to the foreign object in order to build that immunity and be able to recognize and see it again. But now, without the vaccine, what's happening is the virus is being able to mutate and hide from the white blood cells. And because it's able to hide, because as the virus, as Veronica is introduced to more bodies and more bodies and more immune system, her behavior becomes different. It's like she's starting to remember what's happening. So it's like taking mental pictures. Okay, this is what the immune system looked like, and these are the objects that are trying to get rid of me out of the immune system. And now I've been in enough immune systems to know that, okay, I can hide from these in certain places. And if I mutate, then some of these defense mechanisms won't even work on me because I've mutated.
And that's the challenge as well, right? Viruses mutate at an astonishing rate. Some of those mutations, most of those mutations are meaningless in terms of our ability to fight it. The immune system can still kill it off just fine. Um, but every once in a while, and in the case of COVID, it's happened about 30 or 40 times now, it mutates in such a way that it presents a different challenge to the immune system. It mutates in such a way that gives itself an advantage. And this is the constant state of warfare and flux that exists with the medical establishment, with medicine in general, not just the medicine establishment, even your immune system, and all of the viruses and bacteria that would like to invade your body and compromise your health for their own benefit. That's the constant warfare. Your immune system recognizes something, that something recognizes that is being recognized by the immune system, and it gets lucky and spits out a version that can hide again. And then the process starts all over again. Your immune system recognizes this new variant, and this new variant is mutating and mutating, and then boom, it mutates a new way to hide from your immune system. But that is also one of the cases for why vaccines are important. And I'm not talking about this vaccine, I'm talking about vaccines in general, is because they are a safer way to gain protection and recognition of a foreign body than actually having that body introduced in full capacity, because usually they are either injecting you with weakened or altered or inactive tissue or material, stuff that it can't run rampant because it's not in its natural state to run rampant.
Right, right. And so, with all that we've just said, we still gonna come back to do your research and make the best decision
Absolutely.
for yourself, whether you want to take it or not. That's all on you. Just make the best decision for you and your household. I got I got heat for anybody who don't want to wear no mask, whether you vaccinated or not. I
Right.
got I really got heat for people who vaccinated and who don't want to wear no mask. I don't care that
Right.
you're vaccinated. Put your goddamn mask on.
Because you're making matters worse as well.
You're making yourself most acceptable to getting it, you dumbass.
And not only that, but you're making everybody else more, because you can still get it. And
And
now
pass it.
you're vaccinated. So now the vaccine that mutates in you, the mutation that happens in a vaccinated individual is more than likely going to be a mutation. If it's a positive mutation that gives it an advantage, it's going to be a mutation that is going to make the vaccine more ineffective, because that's the only advantageous state that can be had in the body of a vaccinated individual, is the advantage of being able to get around how the body is recognizing it. We're going to be in a lot of trouble if a COVID variant or a Veronica variant pops up that doesn't produce the spike proteins.
Yeah.
Because right now, all of the vaccines are keyed on that. If one of these things pop up that doesn't produce the spike protein whatsoever and develops another means of entering into the cell,
But see,
we fucked.
that's why it's going back to what we've been saying. The main thing is, I see it all the time. People just make decisions based off of how they feel, and not off of like real information. Like, I don't care if you don't like. One lady the other day was like, "Why you don't have no mask on?" Well, I don't feel any symptoms. Well, who told you that the only reason you need to put a mask on is if you have symptoms? Who told you that? Well, nobody told me that, but well, we didn't ask her that, but that's what we thinking. Like, but it's just like y'all stop making these ill-informed decisions based off of how you feel. Like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, you want other people to look out for you and your loved ones, but you like, fuck it, I ain't gonna look out for nobody else. How that make sense? That don't even sound smart. Look,
It
man,
do to them.
wear your damn mask. Make an informed decision for you and your family. The best decision for you and your family, whether you're getting the shot or not. If you don't want to get it, that's your business. If you're gonna get it, that's your business. Just make an informed decision. Damn, stay out your goddamn feelings, man.
Out of your goddamn feelings.
So, let's transition with the time we got left. So recently, last couple of weeks in the news, we seen Pat's mentor and longtime health coach, brother Polight. Hey man, so let's talk. So the last time me and Pat had a real conversation about brother Polight, wasn't he selling sovereignty?
Yes, he was selling sovereignty. That is an excellent way to put it.
But it's real. It's true though, right?
It's true. It's just it's funny on a few different levels. But yeah.
So the fact that Buddy wasn't canceled when he was selling sovereignty makes me look at all you adults with the side eye. How you sell sovereignty? How
That's
you
just
sell
one level
sovereignty
about
to
it.
people in a country? Like you live in America. Oh no, okay, never mind. So he was arrested for allegedly sexually assaulting the 14-year-old daughter of his girlfriend. So one story says that
One
he,
of his girlfriends.
yeah, one of his girlfriends. So one story says that he he told the mother that he was taking the young girl to a club. The mother was like, "Cool." He took they went to the club, found out the club wasn't open, and then they went to a hotel. He got her drunk and drugged her as well, and tried to force oral sex on her. When she woke up, her mouth was all bruised up and swollen, and he was trying to stick his fingers down her throat to make her throw up and all these things. And um, when he took her back home, her mom asked her what happened. She told her mom what happened. They took her to the hospital. They did DNA samples and all these things. Another story says that the mom was actually looking for her and didn't know where she was. That's what another story says. But all in all, if the mother gave him consent to take his daughter to the club, she needed her ass whooped. But Polight really, if all of this is true, and they and They say they got DNA evidence, but if all of this is true, he need his ass whooped, and a lot of you enablers, y'all ass whooped too. Because
Absolutely. I
I'm just
mean,
go ahead, man. Go ahead.
no, I was just agreeing with you. I mean, it kind of is what it is. I think regardless of how you slice it, unless he kidnapped that girl, the mama need her ass whooped. Regardless of how you slice anything other than he kidnapped her, she need her ass whooped. You what you letting your 14-year-old daughter go with a man, your boyfriend. Um, and it had to be late if the clubs was closed. If it wasn't late when he left, they was going too long.
Right.
He got a drunk, got a this, got a that, got a this, got a that. I'd have called the police right after I called the hospital. I would have called the police on my way to the hospital on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wouldn't still be free right now. If he kidnapped my daughter, yeah. If he didn't kidnap my daughter and he brought her back in that place,
He getting his ass whooped.
absolutely, he still ain't free. He in a hospital somewhere. Like, so I don't think unless he kidnapped that little girl, there's no way where I can see right now where she doesn't have some culpability in this.
The, the,
Um,
the, the crazy thing to me is, Buddy, it's not like he's not coming out and saying, man, I didn't do this. He's just like, man, y'all know I ain't no weird dude. And then I got money, I got Bentleys, I got cars, I got Rolls Royces, all these things. That's his defense. That's what he's saying to defend himself is I ain't weird and I got money.
and all that's cool, but all of that just to real people, it make you look weirder. Like Polight I view Polight as a code 12, and I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with me on that. That's cool. But to me, Polight is a code 12.
What's the code 12?
Go to the packs, codes of conduct. Code 12 is the Sambo rule.
Well, if you're a code 12, you get no protection from
We don't protect you. We don't hold our tongue. We don't
But
jump out the window for you. We don't, we don't do none of that.
my question is, why wouldn't he be a code 12? Because like how have the community gotten better because of him?
It hasn't. I mean, he's gotten wealthy. And I'm sure that the women that have paired with him have done okay for themselves by pairing with him. But even with that, if this story is true, what sort of sacrifices are they making to be with him? And that's the other thing. If this story is not true, the woman still need her ass beat. That's why
Right.
I'm like, I don't see a situation where this woman don't have some hands coming to her unless he kidnapped her daughter. But like, if they got DNA evidence,
It's kind of hard to refute DNA evidence.
Right.
It's kind of hard to refute that. But like I say, one of my biggest issues is his rebuttal is money, cars, girls, success, rather than, man, I ain't do this. And speak to my lawyer coming at it. Like, he's not handling it like it's a real sexual assault case. He's handling it like two wrestlers going back and forth. But there's nobody else going back and forth with him. He just, oh yeah, brother, I'm on the top of my Rolls Royce, brother, and I got the money, brother. And
yeah, but that's the mentality of a lot of them people that used to engage in them debates back in the day.
But so so-called conscious community, are you really conscious if you following people who ain't leading you nowhere?
Well, I think one of the questions we got to ask about the conscious community is a lot of the leaders in that community get caught up on some weirdo shit, some pedophile shit, some abuse shit, some rape shit. A lot of the leaders in the conscious community have some foul shit going on. And so to be a quote unquote conscious community, But to consistently have people that rise to the top that have these attributes, if this is true, and even if it's not true, the fact still remains that a lot of the leaders of the conscious community have a history of abusing women and children.
Hey, also lying and scamming. Where that school at? That
Hey,
MG, FDMG. Where the school at? How long
and
it's been?
and and it's a lot of snake oil salesmen in the community as well. They're selling all kinds of vanity projects that ain't gonna do nothing but enrich themselves.
But like people who out here doing real work. Like it's funny. Like a guy sent me a message through Twitter or Instagram, and it was he put together a video in memory of Dr. Rashidi, and it was a very good video. Yeah, his Twitter handle is through the world through African eyes. That's his Twitter handle. So he made a nice video. It's an African brother made a nice video remembering Dr. Rashidi. But one of the things he was talking about in the video, and one of the things Dr. Rashidi would talk, well, he showed a clip of Dr. Rashidi talking about something Dr. Rashidi and I had talked about, and you and I have talked about how the real historians, the real scholars, the real people with the real leadership skills don't get the support. And subsequently, a lot of our real scholars, the ones who put in the real work, die broke. And we put our money behind people who bring us no substance. We put our money behind people who are going to scam us. We put our money behind people who just make us feel good rather than people who actually really feed our soul, rather than people who actually really give us the tools we need to liberate ourselves. We rather spend our money on some stupid ass Kanye West shoes. We rather go to concerts. We rather like if you still giving Umar money right now, something fucking wrong with you. Like it don't take all that to get the school started. But it's like we still get that residual stuff from that. So you got these cats over here who do shiesty stuff and people get mad and then they don't want to support nobody else anymore. Or people look at everybody like, well, all y'all shysters. Well, like, no, you chose to support this person. Like even in the face of all this evidence showing this person was shiesty, you chose to support them. It's like, man, like somebody like Dr. Rashidi, some people like Dr. Clark, Dr. Ben, them ain't no way in hell they shouldn't have been enriched. Ain't no way in hell they shouldn't have been living comfortable with the community, with the sacrifices that they made. But we keep giving our money to the clowns. We keep giving our money to people who just entertaining us, making us feel good. Like, come on, man, y'all, these motherfuckers sold out. I'm not saying Kanye shouldn't get his money. I ain't saying nobody should get their money, but don't just support the fucking entertainers and celebrities. Like, so Kanye West sell out the Mercedes-Benz Stadium just to give y'all a half-ass piece of a part of an album. But then you got actual scholars out here who like, man, we need money to keep this shit going on. But y'all wanna be kings and queens. That's why y'all need to stop that kings and queens shit until you follow it up with the behavior. All right, stop that bullshit. If you're not gonna follow it up with the behavior, like our community's suffering. We talk about our spending power, but we spend our money on dumb shit. We all these people want to be like white people. You want to look like white people, and you only want to support entertainment. So goddamn, stop expecting our situation to get better if you don't want to contribute to the revolution. Like a broke revolutionary leads a broke revolution.
But that that's well, the spending power thing.
It's
You
bullshit.
know, yeah. Like we see how much power people that spend money actually have. Um, I think one of the things that we've got to do different, and I was talking to somebody that we have on the show a lot. We've had on the show twice, anyways. Miss Kristen Jackson, who ironically started her own school. But anyways, one of the things we were talking about, and she's been saying it for a while now, is that the people that do the work, the genuinely that have the best intentions in mind, they've got to start taking on some of the characteristics of the nasty people. primarily being the loud, boisterous, confident nature that they have. Um, we've got to stop quietly doing our work in the background and start talking about what we're doing and calling these other people out, not only with our actions, which we do on a daily basis, but also with our words. When we got to stop being humble. Nobody appreciates humbleness. Nobody appreciates humility. Nobody appreciates sacrifice. They appreciate people who talk about those things, but don't exhibit them. So if you have those qualities and you're talking about them, you're also incongruence. You're talking about how you actually move, how you actually walk, work, play, live. So I think that's one of the things that, and I know it's uncomfortable to do because we talk about this all the time. I'm a dart worker. I do a lot of stuff. I don't talk about nearly any of it because I'm not looking for credit or praise. But at the same time, not talking about it is why nobody knows that I do it. And I think we got to get in that bag. You have scholars out there like the late great Dr. Rashidi who do interviews and do talk, but they talk with such humility and they're so down to earth when they talk that people don't connect them to where they need to be. This person should be upstairs, but you got them on the same floor as you because they talk like you. And I'm like, if the people aren't going to change, then those of us that are doing the work, like I said, Miss Christian has been saying it for a while, and it makes sense.
Hey,
Those of us that are doing the work, we got to change.
so
You know what I'm saying?
with that being said, look, you ain't gonna get Black history nowhere better than what you gonna get from On the Shoulders of Giants, right?
Hey,
On the Shoulders of Giants is the best vehicle out in the world right now to deliver African history information, especially the stories of the sung unsung heroes of the African diaspora. So make sure y'all visit my goddamn website at www.ontheshoulders1.com. Because if you don't visit my website, then you ain't really serious about being Black and you like white people. You love white people
absolutely.
more. You love white people more than you love Black people if you don't go to my website and support me. And go if you don't become a patron, if you don't go to patreon.com/OTSOG, you love white people more than you like Black people. You voted for Donald Trump.
And make sure you hit the like button on this video. Make
Yeah.
sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell. And make sure you click on one of these other videos that's going to pop up, letting you know about some other cool thing that we was talking about. I'm not sure what it's going to be because we ain't got that part down to a science yet. But whatever it is, it's going to be cool because we was talking about it.
Hey, look, whatever next video pop up, your ass better click on it though. Unless you don't like Black people. If you don't support the Freedom Train Network, PAX Inc., or On the Shoulders of Giants, or Footsteps with Literacy, or Professor Carl Tone Jones, if you don't support that, then you love white people more than you like Black people, and you support insurrections, and you support white people who don't bathe, all that stuff, and you don't really like Black people. So like, comment, subscribe, share this video, comment, like really comment for real, talk to us. So yeah,